for being here, and welcome to your 30-minute restorative flow to get you ready for some wonderful night's sleep. I'm Desiree. Let's get on our mats or let's jump into our bed and throw our legs up our wall. Now again, if you got a pillow, blanket, go ahead and prop it up underneath you. We're going to scoot our hips as close to the wall as possible. It's kind of awkward getting into it, but once you do, legs go up the wall. And again, hips, sit bones are as close to the wall as they can be, and the legs will be straight up the wall. And we'll just take a nice deep breath in, then a nice deep breath out. So my hands are placed over my belly, just kind of where I rested them, but I'll invite you to place maybe one hand over your heart, one hand over the belly. Arms can also be down by your sides or crossed, out to the side for the T position. So we're here for about 5 even breaths. And the knees can be bent here. Oh, hello, Sherry, welcome. So coming onto the back, legs are up the wall. Again, pillow can be underneath your head, the pillow can be underneath the hips. Just getting the sits bones as close to the wall as possible here. Keeping the legs bent, or if you have it in your practice, you can straighten them out. And perhaps the eyes begin to close. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And like I said, this is probably one of my favorite postures. Whether you've been walking around all day or sitting in a chair all day, it's good to just reverse, all that blood flow. So yeah, it feels good. And I went for a run today for the first time in a very long time. And this is like a cure, I feel, to many different areas of life, I feel. I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to breathe here for a couple more moments. Like I said, about 5 breaths. You can do more, you can do less, but as long as you're breathing, you're doing it right. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Another moment or two here, and then we'll start to think about bringing the legs off the wall and coming fully onto our backs. Again, slowly coming out of the posture, rolling onto the side body. And then you can move your props and pillows out of the way. I'm actually going to leave my hair because it's super comfortable. So just finding your way onto your back. And maybe bring the pillow underneath the knees here. Feel good. You can be a pillow under the head. We're just going to arrive into a brief Shavasana. Again, arms can be wherever feels comfortable. Mine feet resting over my belly. But one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly, arms down by the sides, or maybe on the teeth can feel good. But whatever feels comfortable for you right here, right now. Nice even inhales and nice even exhales. And as always, I'll invite you to practice an Ujjayi breath. So deep inhales through the nose, and even deep breaths out through the nose. And we'll think about trying to get the belly involved instead of just the diaphragm and chest being worked during these breaths. It's not something we'll typically do during the day. The breath tends to be shallow and there's not much awareness around our breath during our daily lives. So it's good to take the time to sit with your breath and really use it as a tool to calm the nervous system, to calm the mind, and really just relax the body. On the next inhale, we'll start to think about bringing the right knee towards the chest. And then we'll grab that knee, or shin rather, and hug it in towards the right armpit. As close as you can, as comfortable as you can. And again, keeping a flexed foot in that right leg, as well as the left leg will keep this posture even. This is just a nice way to massage those intestines, getting some digestion going. So you're going to take some pressure and decompress off of that low back. Good inhales and good exhales here. And then we'll start to think about rolling rolling the right knee across the body towards the left side of the room and finding a pillow to prop underneath that right knee, taking a gentle twist here, keeping the right arm anchored into the earth as you tilt your gaze over the right shoulder. And maybe you need another pillow underneath that knee. Should be a comfortable posture here. Shouldn't be too stressful on the back or the body for that matter. So you prop up the pillows as you need. And again, even breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe about 2 to 3 more breaths on this side, and then we'll start to think about coming back onto our backs and taking it on the left side. Nicely done, you guys. Slowly bringing that knee back to center here. We'll just give it one last squeeze into the right armpit. Maybe roll out the ankle. And then we'll lower that knee, that leg back to the earth. And we'll take it on the left side. So we'll adjust our pillows and then we'll draw that left knee into the chest, hugging it in with the arms, and then just kind of tilting it out towards the side so that it's angled up towards that left armpit. And again, flexed feet in both legs here will help keep the posture nice and even. We do want to try to anchor that opposing hip down into the earth so that we're not just, rolling completely over. So lower back is anchored down. Left knee towards left armpit here. Again, giving those intestines a nice massage, decompressing the spine here. Couple more breaths and then we'll take a gentle twist over to the the right side of the room, left knee leading the way. And again, pillows underneath that knee can feel just really comforting. Nothing too aggressive here with the low back, just a gentle twist. Maybe tilting the gaze over the left shoulder, or perhaps even just closing the eyes can feel really nice. I find myself constantly closing my eyes during my yoga practice in general. It's just a good way to just shut out the rest of the world and all the distractions that can be going on in front of you. And it's also, it's almost like a challenge. Get uncomfortable with the comfort of closing your eyes, or rather get comfortable with the discomfort of closing your eyes. Couple more breaths here. Relaxing into the posture. And then we'll start to unwind, coming back through center here, giving both knees a big squeeze towards the chest, maybe even giving the low back a nice massage by rocking side to side. And then we'll start to think about actually rocking forward and backward, eventually finding our way onto our bottoms. We're going to do some breathing. It's called alternate nostril breathing, and I know I haven't really touched upon much breathing other than the Ujjayi breath, but I find that this is a very nice way to just kind of relax the body and get to explore our breath. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position, preferably one where your back is sitting upright. You can come sit against a wall if that feels more supportive for you. If you're in your bed, sit up against your headboard. But yeah, we're just gonna start by closing our eyes, maybe getting some pillows underneath us to get a little more comfortable. So we're just gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we're going to grab our right hand or your dominant hand, whichever feels comfortable for you. And you're going to make your hand like this. So the index finger and the middle finger are together, and they're going to be placed right in between your eyebrow. So maybe the middle of your forehead. And then you've got your thumb free here, and then ring finger and pinky finger kind of just hanging out together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another deep breath in through our nose and a deep breath out through our mouth. And we're going to use our thumb along with our ring finger to plug our nostrils one at a time. But first thing we'll do is we'll take one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And while we're practicing this breath, I want you to practice patience with this breathing technique, as it can be a little confusing at first, but I have faith that you will rock this breathing technique. So first thing we're doing is we're going to take our thumb and plug it onto our right nostril. Again, I'm using my right hand. If you're using your left hand, it will be left thumb, left nostril. So right thumb, right nostril. And we'll take a nice inhale through the left nostril. And once you can't inhale anymore, you will plug your nostrils together using the ring finger and the thumb, and then you will release your thumb of the right nostril. And you'll exhale out through that nostril. So inhale with the left, plug your nose with the ring finger, release the thumb, Exhale through the right nostril. Now you'll inhale through the right nostril. Plug your thumb, release the left nostril, exhale through the left nostril. That's one. So 2, we'll inhale again, left nostril. Close the left nostril, open the right, exhale. Inhale, right nostril. Close right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Plug the nostril, exhale, release on the right side. Inhale, right nostril. Plug the nostril, exhale, left side. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Few more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Exhale. Here we go once more into the nose. Plug the nose, exhale through the left nostril. Release the palm away from the head. Take a deep breath into the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And maybe get the eyes back open. How are we doing? I know it's a little awkward, but it's just a good way to just calm the body down, get in touch with some breathing. Kind of clears the head a little bit too. So now that we've got that down, we're going to move on. And we'll come on to all fours for this tabletop position. Just going to check this real quick. And so all fours for tabletop position here. And the toes can be flat on the earth. Palms are about shoulder width apart here. Hips are about, legs are about hip width distance apart. I'm going to take a few cat cows, starting with the pelvis, a little rounding at the low spine. Taking that cat posture, you got the head hang heavy. Exhaling or inhaling, you find your cow. Shine the chest forward, broaden through the collarbones, push away from the floor. Inhaling and exhaling, coming through cat. And cow. 2 more rounds there. Good inhales, good exhales. Then we'll uncurl the toes. We're just going to come into a very brief downward facing dog. So send the hips up nice and high. Then we'll just walk out this dog for a few breaths. bending into one knee and straightening the other. Letting the head hang heavy, letting the gaze fall between the feet, coming all the way onto the toes, and lowering the heels. Going all the way onto the toes, lowering to the heels. And then we'll step the right foot forward, coming into a low runner's lunge. We'll drop the knee to the earth. We'll step the right foot in between the palms. We're going to come into a lizard's pose. So this can feel pretty intense. So if you know you would like a block or some pillows, go ahead and grab them. So we'll bring both hands next to each other inside of the right leg. And this might be just enough here. So my front knee is bent, and you can't really see it, but front knee is bent, back leg is straightened, top of the back foot is pressing into the earth. Should feel that all along the front hip. And then we will drop down to our forearms or onto a pillow or just onto the earth here. And you're welcome to walk out that right foot to the right edge of the mat a little bit wider if it feels good. I'm just going to hang out here for a few breaths. Nice inhales and nice exhales as we get into this outer right hip. You can let the head hang heavy here. And the forearms will be about shoulder width distance apart. And it can sometimes feel good to come onto the outer edge of that right foot and even take the right palm to the right inner thigh and give it a little push. Just opening up that outer right hip here, getting into a nice deep posture. And then we'll come right back through center, come on to the palms, walk the hands back into half split. So right and left hand are on either side of the right leg. Take a nice inhale, find some length in the spine. And then maybe you bend in the elbows and think about bringing the forehead to the shin or as close to it as you can get. Good inhales and good exhales as we fold over this right leg. Really getting into the hamstring, the calf muscle here as you flex that right foot up towards the ceiling. And take a nice inhale. We'll find a little bit more length. We'll bend back into the front leg. We'll untuck those back toes, lift the back knee off the earth, and then send the right foot back into downward facing dog. And then we'll take all that on the left side. So left foot will come forward. We'll drop that knee, put the right leg down. Hands will come in between that left foot. The left foot will wiggle out towards the left side of the mat. And this might be enough for you. Maybe take it deeper, maybe come onto some pillows or onto the forearms for a deeper lizard pose. Again, head will hang heavy here. Maybe roll up the neck a little bit. Maybe you come onto the outer edge of that left foot and bring the left palm to the inner thigh of that left leg and give it a little bit of a push just to get in a little bit deeper of that outer hip. The hips are a big place to hold all sorts of tension and negative emotions, and just good to get in there a little bit deeper than we normally would. And you'll get there by way of breath, right? So you breathe into the discomfort. As long as it's a manageable discomfort. If it's pain, we back out, right? No need to hurt ourselves. This is restorative after all, right? Next inhale, we'll come right back to your center. And we'll rock our way back to half split. So find the left palm and the right palm on either side of that left leg. Find an inhale for some length in the spine. Flex the toes towards the sky and then draw the head towards the shin. And it doesn't matter if the head makes it all the way to your shin. It just matters that you're feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings here. Nicely done. One more breath, and then we'll bend back into the left knee. Untuck the toes of the back leg and take the left foot. Totally tried to avoid that. We'll come back into downward facing dog. The props can sometimes get in the way. That's the nature of the beast, right? So a couple more inhales and exhales in this downward facing dog. And then we'll lower the knees to the earth. And we'll find a puppy posture. So puppy pose, we'll reach the arms out in front of us, the knees, the hips will stay right above the knees here as you slowly walk the arms as far forward as you can get them. And the head will either come to the earth, or if it's in your practice, the chin will come to the earth as well. This is a pretty intense back bend, but it doesn't have to be. So, meet your body where it's at tonight. Maybe you put a pillow underneath your head. Maybe you put some pillows underneath your hands. Either way, we'll all meet in this puppy posture. Another breath or two here. And then we'll slowly lower everything all the way onto the earth. And we'll come onto our backs. So we'll just give it a nice roll over. And we'll find ourselves on our backs, getting ready for our Shavasana, our final resting posture for the evening. So I encourage some blankets, some pillows. And we're about ready to close our practice. So I'm going to put some pillows under my knees, pillow under my head, and then I'm going to lower all the way to the earth. And take some deep inhales and deep exhales in through the nose and out through the mouth. Palms can be facing the ceiling. You can place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Just getting as comfortable as possible for our final posture. The corpse pose, our Shavasana. And this posture appears extremely simple. And it is, don't get me wrong, but as for myself, I don't know if this is the case for everybody, but it's a hard place to get the mind to wind down. So it's good to practice it. So we'll take these moments, these about 10 rounds of inhales and exhales to practice letting the mind be still. I say practice because it's not gonna just happen overnight. It's not gonna happen immediately. It'll take time to let the mind fall empty, if you will. But we get there by way of acknowledging the thoughts that arise and by letting them go, not holding any attachment, not holding any judgment for the thoughts arising in general, just practicing being present in the moment with your breath. So with that, I will leave you to breathe and be still and enjoy your final posture of this practice. Shavasana. Now you can remain in this posture. You can close your laptop and exit this practice and get ready for some slumber. Traditionally, we close the practice by coming into a comfortable seated posture and bowing to each other as we say namaste. So I will take us there. Again, you're welcome to stay right here in your Shavasana as you are. So with that, I'm going to begin to wiggle my toes and my fingers and bring my body back out of stillness, coming onto the right side of my body in a fetal position, eventually finding my way into a comfortable seated posture, keeping my eyes closed, my breath even, bringing the hands to my heart center to bring about some gratitude for showing up tonight and allowing me to practice with you. Bring my thumb and knuckles to my third eye center as I bow to you and to myself as we say namaste. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure as always to be able to do this with you. It's great. So thank you as always for showing up. If you enjoyed the class, please send a love offering. They're always welcomed and graciously accepted. Yeah, my name's Desiree. If you have any questions, any comments, please reach out. You can find me on Facebook or YouTube or Meetup. Yeah. Well, thanks again, you guys. Again, my name is Desireesavoia. So have a beautiful slumber. I'll see you in the morning for our 8 a.m. vinyasa flow to get your Friday nice and funky for the weekend. So thank you again, you guys. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you soon.